Now that we've discussed what data mask does and the different masking types, it's time to talk about how to set it up. This lesson will walk you through installing the data mask managed package, configuring masking rules, creating custom libraries, and finally running masking jobs in your sandboxes. Let's dive right in. Before you can start masking data, you'll need to install data mask in your production org. Yes, that's right. Even though masking happens in the sandbox, the installation always starts in production. Once installed, you can manage and trigger masking for any of your sandboxes. Here's the step-by-step installation process. Step 1. Make sure MyDomain and Lightning Experience are enabled in your production org. Step 2. Install the data mask managed package directly into your production environment.
Click on Install. Next, click on Done. Next up, click on Data Mask Package Name. Click here on Manage License. Click on Back to Previous Page to move back to Package Manager.
Step 3. Assign user permissions. Please note, the user running data mask must have the following permissions: modify all data API enabled, and typically a system administrator profile. First, assign the data mask user permission set license to this user. Finally, assign the data mask permission set included in the package to the same user. That's it. Your package is now ready to use. Now let's cover important installation considerations. If your sandbox was created before installing data mask in production, you'll need to perform a few extra steps to sync the configuration. Salesforce provides detailed documentation on this process. It essentially ensures that the package metadata propagates correctly to your older sandboxes. Now, the great thing about data mask is, if you configure your masking rules in production, every time a sandbox is refreshed, those configurations automatically appear in the sandbox. But if you want, you can also set up configurations directly inside a sandbox. Keep in mind, data mask doesn't support external objects, platform events, or big objects. Now, let's explore the 4 main configuration components. First, org-level settings. These settings define global masking behaviors across your organization. Things like the default masking pattern or how automations are handled during masking. Next, you can filter which records you want to mask. For example, you might want to mask only active accounts or only contacts created after a specific date. This level of control helps optimize performance and ensures you only target the data that really needs masking. Third, masking rules. Here, you define how specific fields are masked using one of the masking types we learned earlier: random data, library values, pattern-based, or delete. You can apply these rules to both standard and custom objects, tailoring the process for every dataset. Finally, you can schedule masking jobs to run automatically. For example, you can configure data mask to execute every time a sandbox is refreshed, ensuring that sensitive data never exists in plain text. Next is custom libraries. What if the predefined masking libraries aren't enough for your needs? That's where custom libraries come in. You can create your own masking libraries containing custom strings, long text values, integers, or even domain-specific data. And here's the best part. You can use Einstein's Create with Einstein feature to generate a new library automatically. Once created, test your custom library by applying it in a data mask configuration. Then validate the results before using it in production. This feature gives you flexibility to mask data with meaningful, realistic patterns that suit your business use case. Finally, let's talk about execution. Remember, data mask jobs only run in sandbox environments. Once your configuration is ready, you can trigger the masking job manually or set it to run automatically after each sandbox refresh. The masking process runs asynchronously, meaning it operates in the background so you can continue working while the job completes. And here's a key point. During execution, DataMask automatically bypasses automations, such as triggers, workflow rules, validation, rules, flows, feed tracking. This ensures clean, fast, and reliable masking without unintended updates or process interruptions. So, to recap, installing and configuring Salesforce DataMask involves installing the managed package in your production org, assigning proper permissions, setting up masking rules, filters, and schedules, creating custom libraries, and finally running your masking jobs securely in your sandbox. With this setup, you'll have a robust, automated, and secure data masking process that keeps your Salesforce environments compliant and protected every single time.